呪術廻戦
All right, here we go. Chapter 255. We're starting volume 29 of Jujutsu Kaisen, 255 of the Jingai Makyo Shinjuku Kessen, part 27 of the decisive battle in the uninhabited demon lands of Shinjuku. Volume 29, and the previous chapter ended with Kusakabe not doing too well, and this guy appearing and saving Wiwi. So that's all the stuff that was happening. These guys were like some of Geto's gang, I think. We haven't seen them for a while. Anyway, so there we go. Sukuna is saying, Shunkaniro no gaki o tasukete no wa achi no jutsushiki da na. Okay, so as for the one that saved the brat, I guess like that was using instant teleportation. It's the technique of the one over there. Achi no jutsushiki da na. So he identifies Wiwi as the brat, the gaki of the instant movement, which is the teleportation. So Wiwi has been teleporting in and out to carry people away to get healed. And so that's why he's referring to them. So as for one that saved that brat, it's the technique of that one over there. Now he says Achi no jutsushiki da na, but there's two people over here, so it could be either one, but most likely it's this guy. So there we go. There's going to be a lot of talking in this chapter, and it involves this guy who I think the language is going to be a little bit difficult. So we'll do our best here. So this isn't shown as a flashback, but I think it is like an older discussion here, because this is clearly not where they are now. Iya da yo. It's detestable, like no. Gojo Satoru ga makeru kamo shirenai aite nani sore? An opponent that Gojo Satoru will probably lose to, what is that? So again, notice also a couple things here. His final syllable is in katakana repeatedly. So maybe that's a little bit of a way to suggest that he's got an accent, speaking in Japanese, but has an accent or something like that. But that's kind of, I think, what that is supposed to designate. So what is that? An opponent that Gojo Satoru might lose to? Bakemono toka soyu jigen janai daro? A monster or something like that, that sort of dimensional difference, it isn't, right? Jigen is just dimension. Yeah, or perspective. So presumably, let's see. Yeah, presumably they're talking to this guy before the fight of Sukuna and Gojo and whatnot, trying to get people to join in on the plan, right? And so he's saying basically, no, like, why would I do that? Someone that Gojo could lose against. And again, like, it's not a difference called like a monster or something like that. Nande ore ga sonna yatsu to tatakawa nannai no. Why me with that sort of a guy must fight? So why would I fight a guy like that? Or why must I fight a guy, that sort of a guy? Whatever. Basically a monster that's on in a different dimension, different level. And he's appeared, I don't know where they are. This appears to be some sort of like greenhouse, I guess. And there's a bunch of like tropical plants on the inside. At the end of the previous chapter, he used the term, what was it? Like island people, Tokoku or something like that. So it's sort of a suggestion that maybe he's from some island country. Anyway. Soyu異次元の存在が五条悟と戦ってヘトヘトになるから、その時はとどめを手伝ってって話をミゲルちゃん? Okay, so this is Migeru. Miguel. Migeru. Okay. let's look up first heto heto. Completely exhausting. Okay, so because becoming completely exhausted, fighting with Gojo Satoru, the existence of being on a different level, it's that sort of a thing. Yeah. Okay, so an existence that's that sort of a different level, so they're talking about Sukuna, because becoming tired, exhausted, fighting with Gojo, as for that time, a finishing blow, like assisting with, it's that story, Miguel-chan. So Miguel, we're talking about like assisting with the finishing blow at that time after being tuckered out, fighting with Gojo. Okay, this is Sukuna, sad face. Heto heto te, saying heto heto, そんなポップな状態上で済むかよ? Okay. Talking about tuckered out or talking about being exhausted, that sort of pop condition, whatever, finishing? Poppu. Oh. Oh, okay. So it is pop, but it also means like display or billboard, which is what we want here. And Jotai Ijo, which is like condition, circumstances or current status, abnormality. And the sumu, is it? Yeah. So he's talking like in a video game or a some other thing where like, or like on a social media where like you're showing your status, like, oh look, I'm tuckered out, I'm heto heto, Sukuna. Yeah. So saying heto heto, that sort of like signage with the condition abnormalities. That's how it's going to finish. Or that's what it's going to result in. Anyway. Nihongo umaku natta wa ne? Your Japanese has become skillful, hasn't it? Like you've gotten really good at your Japanese. Okay. What is that? Go. Oh, goi ga. Like good word. Yeah, your vocabulary. I guess that he knew this poppu na jotai ijo, which I did not. Tengen sama to no ningen ni iru ningen no chouchou fukudoka no higai wa Nihon kokunai de wa osamaranai to yoso sarete masu. Okay, so this is Okotsu. So Okotsu is here. This person, which is the person with the hearts on their chest, I think. With Lord Tengen, the humans existing in Japan, the merger transformation damage. So as for the damage of the merger transformation of the humans in Japan with Lord Tengen. So as for that whole thing. As for inside Japan, the country, like not being contained, prediction is being done. So it's the expectation, assumption, prediction being done that this merger damage is not going to be like contained within Japan. I guess that's supposed to be some motivation for him to consider then whatever. 俺の祖国まででかい呪霊がゴジラよろしくやってきても少なとやるよりましだと思ってるよ。Okay. Sokoku is like fatherland, my home country. Yeah, my native country. Literally your country of your ancestors. Up until my native country, a huge cursed spirit like Gojira, even if it's coming. So even if a giant cursed spirit like Gojira came to my fatherland, came to my native country, more than fighting with Sukuna, it's preferable, I'm thinking. So it would be more preferable to fight with some massive monster, cursed spirit like Gojira, Godzilla, coming to my Iwata. Okay. なんでお前ら日本人は陽気な黒人は何しても死なないと思っているんだ? Okay, so why, as for you Japanese guys, as for like cheerful black people? Yoki. Yeah, cheerful, merry black people, whatever doing, not dying, thinking. Okay. I'm reading what is here. Let me just make that clear. So why, as for you Japanese people, are you thinking, as for cheery black people, not dying no matter what happens? Okay. 他の兄弟たちのためにも俺はこの依頼を断らなきゃならん。As for me, also for the purposes of other siblings, brothers, must refuse this irai, this request. Okay, so I have to refuse this request also like for the purposes of other siblings, other brothers. I'm not sure what that means. Okay, someone is responding. それ日曜洋画劇場世代だけですよ. That is like Sunday Western movie dramas, generation only. Sanju Daijo, like greater than people in their 30s. Okay, so presumably Migeru is making a statement about why do you Japanese people think this way? The person's responding like, that's basically people in their 30s and older. And calling them this Sunday Western movie, like drama generation. Nichio. Yeah, Nichio. Yoga, that should just be Western movies. Yeah, Western films. And Gekijo, like dramas. Yeah, theater. Okay, there you go. It's that generation only. People in their 30s and older. Migeru-chan ga yoki da to omotta koto nai wa yo. Migeru-chan thought as being merry or sunny, that event not existing. Yeah, so like I've never thought you were merry or cheery. Yoki. Okay. Which is what he says like over here. Okay. This is Migeru. そもそも五条本人が頭を下げて楽しみに来るべきだろう。日本人なら礼節を思うんじゃろう。じゃろうよ。Sorry, じろうよ。Okay. そもそも, like from the start? Yeah. So initially from the start, Gojo, the man proper, so Gojo himself, bowing the head, ought to come and do the requesting, right? So basically, Gojo should be the one coming here asking this, lowering his head. Basically, like, you know, lowering his head and requesting. If Japanese people, the like manners is heavy, it's like important. Reisetsu. Yeah, the politeness is important. It takes weight, right? Dogeza demo shimashou ka? Shall I do dogeza or something? So that's the ground lowering seating, which is going to be like basically like getting on the floor and bowing. Dogeza. Yeah, kneeling on the ground, prostrating oneself. So Okotsu is like saying, shall I do even that? Gyakugire. Oh, is it gyakugire? Oh, kawaii. How scary. Gyakugire. Oh, like are you angry at someone that you normally wouldn't be angry with? How scary. I'm scared. Yuta-chan. Okay, this is now, and so Okotsu is just embarrassed, and he says, "Kirete nai," like I'm not angry. Yeah, like I'm not angry. And Yuta-chan, so this is this person calling out for Okotsu. So Yuta-chan, ちょっとミゲルちゃんと二人で話をさせて. So a little bit with Miguel, with two people allowed speaking. So basically, let me speak with Miguel alone, just the two of us. Okay, so Okotsu leaves. This person is now sitting down. Oraru. So this is this person's name, which I think we saw like, I don't know, 15 books ago. Raru wa dou suru n da yo. So as for Raru, how do? What are you going to do? Anata to onaji yo. Watashi wa Saguru-chan o o ni shita ka. Wait, Saguru? No, Suguru. Sorry. Watashi wa Suguru-chan o o ni shita katta dakke. So with you the same. So I'm the same as you. As for me, Suguru, which was Geto, the original Geto, not Kenjaku Geto. Suguru-chan, to King, wanted to do just that. So I just wanted to make Suguru the king, the same as you. So remember the other people that were sort of part of this group included those two girls, the one that had like the cell phone ability and stuff, and they all died in Shibuya. I think. It's been a while. Soda. That's right. It is that way. Ore wa geto dakara tsuite ittan da. So that's right. As for me, because it was geto, dakara, I guess like followed. Followed because it was geto. Shinjuku de minogashite moratta giri wa Okotsu no mendo o mita jiten de hatashita kara ne. Okay, so in Shinjuku, as for the giri of receiving, doing overlooking, in Shinjuku, the duty. As for the duty received doing overlooking in Shinjuku, Okotsu's mendo, like annoyance or interruption, trouble. At the point of time of seeing the trouble of Okotsu, hatashita karane, it like ended, it finished. Was accomplished. Okay. Finished, accomplished the trouble, the care of Okotsu at the point of time of having seen that. as for the responsibility, the duty, the sense of honor received of doing overlooking in Shinjuku. Okay, I'm trying to remember. I guess like him being overlooked, like he feels some sort of sense of responsibility at receiving being overlooked in Shinjuku, meaning like getting away, I guess. But it was used up at the point of time of seeing the trouble of Okotsu or something like that. もうこの国に関わるつもりはないよ. Already to this country, like as for an intent to be involved with, it doesn't exist. So I don't intend to be involved anymore with this country. あなたと私, you and me, ミミコ、ナナコ, マナミ、トシヒサ, みんなただスグルちゃんが好きだった. So those are 4 people. And I think those 2 girls were the ones that I just mentioned with that whole thing. I don't remember the specifics of everyone here, but those 4 people, all of them, just Suguru-chan was likable. So basically, for all of us, we just liked Suguru-chan. Again, Geto. Shibuya ka? Kataki o utete iitai no ka? Okay, so Migeru is asking, is it Shibuya? Getting vengeance, wanting to say? Are you saying you want to get vengeance for Shibuya? Question mark. Kataki o utsu is literally to strike the villain or something, but it basically means like to get vengeance. Strike the villain that like for vengeance. Soritomo, or Kenjaku kara Geto no nikutae o torimodose to, or from Kenjaku, Geto's physical body taking back, saying that, and torimodose as like an order. Are you saying take back the physical body of Geto from Kenjaku? Is that what you're saying? Or are you wanting to say like strike vengeance for Shibuya? Chigao wa, it's different. Tada issho ni tomurao te hanashi. Simply together, the story of doing tomurao, like let's do tomorao. To mourn. Tomorao. Basically, I'm just saying let's mourn. Meaning Geto. Okay, together. お墓参りに行ってご飯を食べてじゃあまたねって手を振るように Okay, so like going for a grave visit, eating dinner, eating food, and saying, well, see you later, and waving the hand in that manner. 一生懸命戦って天国に向かって元気でやれよって伝えましょうよ。伝えましょうよ。Okay. Fighting with all of our ability, fighting with all of our lives, all of our strength, turning towards heaven, turning towards the heavens, and doing like robustly, healthfully. Hey, Potato Bun Stew, how's it going? Let's help out. Hey, thanks so much, Potato Bun Stew. How are you doing? Okay, like, let's help out. I guess like doing what we can robustly, turning towards the heavens, and fighting with all of our might. Okay. Well, anyway, there we go. So they're trying to convince Miguel to like do this. どう考えても地獄だよ、だろう. However, even if thinking it's hell. So like, however you're thinking this is going to be horrible, it's going to be hell. 条件がある. A condition exists. Okay, so he thinks about it. Basically, I have a condition. 領域を使える相手にガン首揃えるような真似はしたくない。Okay. Towards an opponent that's able to use domain, ガン首揃えるような真似はしたくない。As for the manner behavior of gathering together, ガン首 don't want to do. So ガン首. Oh, you're on vacation. Very nice. We have a wonderful time. Okay, so gankubi soroeru is to sit silently at a meeting. So as for a behavior or manner like sitting silently at a meeting with an opponent that's able to use domain, don't want to do that. Is that right? Gankubi soroeru yo. Yeah, okay. 俺たちが出るのは五条乙骨が負けた後、宿儺が領域を使えなくなっている場合のみだ。We, as for us appearing or going out, basically, as for us appearing in battle, Gojo and Okotsu losing afterwards, and Sukuna, domain becoming not able to use, condition only it is. So his condition, his Joken, is only the case where Sukuna becomes not able to use his domain after having lost to Gojo and Okotsu. That's them going out. Tachi. Watashi mo nano. So he says here, ore tachi, we. So we, me also? Yujin wa oi hou ga ii. As for good friends, the many direction is good. So basically, like, the more the merrier. Anyway. Okay, so now we're switching back. This is back to the present. Hey. So there they are. Ryoiki wa chanto fujirareteru ne. So as for the domain, it's properly been sealed, or properly being sealed, isn't it? Imedo no nomiyage da gojo satoru. That is a good souvenir of Meido, which is like Pluto, right? Or like gift from the dead? From the land of the dead? Yeah, from Hades. Okay. Yeah, this is literally like Pluto. Well, isn't that? This is the kanji that gets used in Pluto, isn't it? Maybe not. Yeah. Yeah, Meiose. Okay. I thought it looked familiar. Yeah, so it's a good souvenir from the land of the dead. Gojo. Gyaku miyage ne. It's a reverse miyage, a reverse gift. What would that be? A gyaku. Yeah, it's like a reverse souvenir. Hanten jutsushiki mo kanari hikaeme. Yohon ude no uchi. Shita hidari ude wa kesson. Shita migi ude wa sento ni tsukaete nai wa. Okay, so even reverse technique, very much hikaeme. Like reserved or moderated. So it's much less reverse technique. And among the four arms, so you count arms with hon, yonhon ude no uchi. As for the lower left arm, it's kesson, which is like wounded. Yeah, it's a shortage, lost, damage. And as for the lower right arm, in battle, not able to use. そして、なお切らない心臓. And in addition, heart is like not completely healed. See, that wound is still there. 申し訳なくなってきたな. Okay, it's come to be like, I'm sorry, or like there's no excuse. Yeah, I guess that's kind of like saying, it's come to be the point of saying like, there's no excuse. Meaning like, almost like, how could we lose? Which of course, anyway. これじゃ、おいしいとこ取りだ. Yeah, with this, it's taking the like, the tasty place. Yeah. Like this is like grabbing the tasty stuff, I guess, because like he's in such bad straits. Okay, whatever. All right, so something happens. This side of the building is like all getting destroyed. I guess they're already fighting. There's Araru, whatever their name is, fighting with Sukuna here. Go, 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 go. Stuff breaking and falling. Zwan. Okay, they've got some ability with like another hand, which we saw here at the very beginning, right? Like Kusakabe was grabbed in this extra hand, so they've got some sort of hand thing going on. Oh, okay, the hand's grabbing Sukuna. All right, slamming Sukuna back with a big handprint. Zoom. Okay, and their own hand is being slashed. Pee. Ba. Ba. Okay, there's the hand there. Okay, here's Migeru. Zo. Za. He's kind of like, maybe, I don't know what he's doing. Breakdancing or something? Oh, okay. These are like slashing attacks. Slashing attacks from Sukuna. And he's like dodging them all, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Gun. All right, this is breaking. There's Migeru dodging all this. Ara. Oh my. Oh. Sa. Oh, okay. I'm not sure what happened there, but baga. Some big explosion. This hand is like maybe snatching this person away while they're continuing to fight. Oh. Raru no Jutsushiki. The technique of Raru, the heart person here. Hato catchi, heart catch. Wa Jutsushiki taisho o tsukamu. It captures the technique of the target. So this is called heart capture. What is this? Shin something hand grab. So yeah. What would that be? Shinmi? Shinji? Oh, Shinchin. Mind and body, like hand grab. So, Tebira. Okay, hold on. That's not what I thought it was. Oh, tenobira. Oh, tenohira. Tenohira. Shoaku, grasping, seizing. So yeah. So grasping, seizing the like heart and the mind and body, but heart catch. As for that, again, it is a grabbing, a tsukamu of the technique target. Okay. Kaso no te wa as for like a virtual hand, so this is a virtual imaginary hand. Hakkai sarete mo nando de mo fukugen kano da ga. So as for the virtual hand, even destruction being done however many times, restoration is possible. Restored to the original is possible. So that can be done. But dameji wa 10分の1で本体であるラルに還元される. Okay. So as for the damage, 1/10 of it to the original body existing to Raru. So to Raru's like actual body, it kangen is done. Reduction is done. Yeah, okay. So the damage is done. Again, the virtual hand can be restored any number of times, but 1/10 of the damage is reduced, but it's given to Raru's actual body. So that was the reason for the the virtual hand got damaged, but all right. まあ、特に面白みのない術師だな. Well, especially interesting, not existing technique it is, you know? So, well, that's not very interesting. That's not a very interesting technique, is it? 見どころがあるのはやはり. As for the one that is midokoro, which is like worthy of noting, as expected, Miguel odoru no jutsushiki. It's the technique of Miguel Odoru. Hakunarana. Okay. This is the song of like prayer, but it's like Hakuna Rana. Whatever that would be in Swahili. Hakuna Rana. I'm assuming Hakuna is that Hakuna of Swahili. What would this be? Inoru. Oh, there they are there. So it's ki and to. Kito. Yeah, prayer. So Kito no uta, the song of prayer, and Hakuna Rana is the name it's given. I guess that's a so he's dancing or whatever. Nikutai kizamu bito wa noroi o shirizoke. I guess shirizoke is to avoid. Avoiding curses as for the beat carved out with his physical body. Shirizoke. Yeah, repelling, driving away, repulsing, rejecting. Rejecting curses as for the beat carved out with his physical body. So that's him carving out a beat, I guess, and that's the sound of the beat. Mizukara no shintai no ryoku wo kyoka koujou saseru. And making a fortification increase of the abilities of his own body. Basically, increasing the strength of his own body. or the strength abilities of his whatever. Okay, I guess maybe we're switching scenes again, or this is like a past thing. ミゲルの術式自体はさ、領域なしで自分と相手のバフでバフを引き出すって感じで。Okay, so as for the like technique of Miguel's technique physical body, or of his body, without a physical domain, and himself and his opponents buff and debuff, I guess like giving and pulling out, feeling it is. Hikidasu. Pulling out, withdrawing, taking out. Yeah, okay, so again, as for the actual technique of Migeru, it's got the feeling of pulling out, withdrawing a buff and debuff of himself and the opponent without a domain. Benri dakedo, it's convenient, but sokomade kawaku wa naiんだよね. It's convenient, but as for being scary, to that point, not existing. So not very scary. I don't know who those people are talking and why we had to switch to them, but there we go. Apparently that was just a little side scene. Now we're switching to another side scene where Gojo actually did show up. Oi, nande ore no jutsushigi o shitteru? So this is Miguel asking, hey, why my technique familiar with knowing? Like, hey, how do you know about my technique? Miria daitai wakan no yo. So looking, generally understanding. I generally understand by looking, I guess. That's Gojo responding. Yappa okanai no wa sono nikutai da yo. As expected, as for the okanai thing, it's that physical body of yours. Okay, okanai is scary. So, as expected, the scary thing is your physical body, your physique. Kowa. Scary. Jujutsu shi wa 9割9分日本の人間だからね. So as for sorcerers, 99% are Japanese people. So because of that, you know, その中で日本では珍しいフレームやフィジカルを持つミゲルが重力強化を備えているだけでこっちとしては脅威なわけ。Okay, so because sorcerers are like 99% Japanese people, among that, as for in Japan, a rare frame and physicality possessing Miguel. So Miguel, who has a rare, again, frame and physicality, physique. It's through just gathering together cursed energy strengthening. As for with this direction, the reason is it's kyoi, like threatening, menacing. Yeah, okay, so it's no wonder that's the reason it's menacing, just this direction, with just gathering together physical strength fortification, Miguel possessing physical and frame, which is rare. Okay. All right. Retaru haridane. That is a retaru, like attachment. A retaru? A label. Like you're attaching a label, aren't you? You're affixing a label, aren't you? Sore sabetsu da yo. That is sabetsu, like a different level? Oh, discrimination. Yeah, that's a different level. That's discrimination, you know. Undo onchi na kokujin da datteiru. Okay, onchi means like being bad at. Onchi, like tone deaf. Yeah. So undo onchi is being bad at like exercise. Yeah. Being non-athletic black people exist. So again, right, you're attaching a label, that's discrimination. There are black people exist that are bad, that aren't athletic. 俺が特別なのは黒人だからじゃない。俺が俺だからさ。As for the special thing, as for the special thing, because a black person isn't me, that's why. So the thing that's special about me is not that I'm black, it's that I'm me. ごめん, I'm sorry. まあいいけど, well, whatever, it's fine. 脅威って五条先生にとってもですか? Okay, so saying kyoi, saying threat, menace, to teacher Gojo, very much is it? Like, would it be very much of a threat also to Gojo sensei? Oh, I guess they were here. That's why we saw. Okay, so this wasn't necessarily these two people talking back here. This was their conversation happening while they're apparently wherever this is. Okay, so そうだね. It is, you know. 伝わるかわかんないけど. Like, able to transmit, don't know. So I don't know if I can explain it or communicate it, but 僕とミゲルが術式なし重力強化ありの身体能力で競ったら. So this is Gojo talking. Me and Miguel, without technique, if it's a competition using, I guess, like physical body abilities with strengthening through cursed energy. Yeah, so using physical abilities that are fortified with cursed energy, but without techniques, if we competed, sen no ugoki nara katteru kedo. The line of moving, if it's that, the moving line, if it's that, able to win, but I don't know what that means. Sen no ugoki. If it's a moving line. Okay, so Gojo would say, like, I could win if it were about a moving line. Ten no ugoki nara, if it's the point of moving, tabun makeru, I'd probably lose. Okay, so whatever the difference between sen, a line, and a point of movement. Anyway, pun. Is that a he? Dohi? Anyway, it kind of suggests at least there's a case in which Migeru would actually be formidable. So, and presumably he is now doing this, getting in a punch here on Sukuna. Do. Oh, okay, that's Choso, right? B. Bago. Was this Choso firing a blood thing? Gee. Yeah, he missed. There's Sukuna slashing him. I can't even see what this is. Is that a ba? Yeah, I guess it's a bun. Okay, so... Oh, okay, and there's Itadori. So the guys that got wounded and that Wee brought away have come back in. Paring! So glass shattering. Itarori coming down. Dogo! Mada ita no ka? Still existed? I mean, like you're still alive. Still here. Please tell me this is the end. No, we've got 5 more pages. Or more. Okay. 術式対象を拡張した世界を断絶する回の発動には Okay, as for to the activation of Kai, dismantle, that does severing of the world, that does broadening of the technique target. So as for all that, Fukuma Mitsushi no Hatsudo to doyo ni Enmaten no shouin ga hitsuyo datta. In the same manner as the activation of, this is Sukuna's domain, the hand signs of Enmaten necessity existed. So the dismantle that severs the world in the same manner as his domain, he needs to do the hand signs of Enmaten. Enma is the kind of like the equivalent of Hades, for lack of a better term. Yeah, Yama, the king of the underworld, and Ten, that's just another form of the name. So this hand sign, the hand sign of Enmaten was necessary. Okay. Shikashi, however, henshin mae no kata ude no mi no Sukuna ga Gojo Satoru o kiru tame sono go no hatsudo jouken ni shibari o kasu. Kasu in this case is to inflict or impose. However, sorry, let me clear my throat here. However, before transforming of the, both hands only of Sukuna, Sukuna's only, both hands before transforming. Oh, okay, so before he had his 4 hands. So before that, for the purposes of slaying, cutting, slicing Gojo, that afterwards activation condition became, inflicted a binding. Okay. So apparently he took on, imposed a binding for the activation condition after, in order to cut Gojo. And this was Sukuna before he transformed with just his whatever hands. Okay. Genzai, at the present point of time, or present existence, Sekai o dansetsu suru kai wa Enmaten no shouin jushi no eisho no ryohou de jouken o mitashi. Okay, so at the present point, present existence, as for the dismantle, the kai that severs the world, with both hands of the chanting the cursed verse and the palm signs of Enmaten, with those, it's fulfilling those conditions. He has to do both of those, I guess. Soshite, and in addition, Jutsushiki no Shiko sei o shusho de sette shinakareba naranai. And in addition, must do sette, create establishment using the hand, using the palms of the hands, the direction to direct the curse, or direct the technique. So shikosei, yeah, like directionality. Using the hands to do the directionality of the technique he has to do that. That must be done. Okay. So I guess he can't. Yeah, he's missing 2 hands here now, so I guess he's going to have trouble doing that. B. Kokusen o kuratte nao. Now in this case. Okay, I guess like in addition to absorbing a black flash, Maki senpai. Okay, so Maki's back. Kita came, arrived. Oh, I guess this is a continuation of Sukuna's thought. Like, you're still alive, you're still here, even eating a black flash, which is what had happened to Itadori. So meanwhile, Itadori sees that Maki's back. Maki senpai. She's got some sort of cursed blade. Again. All right, this is it. Last 2 pages of this chapter. Let's go. This is a long chapter. 上下の右腕だけでは印象は完結しない。Okay, so top and bottom, right hands with that only. So as with only the top and bottom right hands. Which again, right? Only has his top and bottom right hands. As for the palm signs, can't do kanketsu. Kanketsu is going to just be like completion. Yeah. Can't complete the palm signs with just the right upper and lower hands. Hanten jutsushiki wa imada kino shite nai. And as for the reverse technique, the ability is not doing still not like that, still not functioning. Yeah. Ima da kino, ability not doing. Kateru, able to win. We can win. Unai, tsunaida. It's tsunai. What is this? Tsunai. Of course, Itadori has to pull this out. Tsunagu. Oh, tsunaida. Connected. It's not tsunai da. It's tsunaida. Okay, so connected, tied, transferred. Zenin de kokomade. All personnel to this point. So like we're all connected. We can win. Whatever. Okay. This looks like a black flash or something. Yep. Kokusen. Black flash. Who is on the receiving end of this? Is that Raru? That kind of looks like Raru. Okay. Gojo Satoru wa Niro no kokusen de ushinatta Hanten Jutsushi no Juryoku o Torimodoshita. Okay, so as for Gojo Satoru, with the second Black Flash, the Lost Reverse Technique's output took back. So regained the output of Reverse Technique that he had lost after the second Black Flash. That was Gojo Satoru. Noroi no O wa, as for the King of Curses, ... So this would be the second Black Flash, but as for the King of Curses, ... So that's left open as to what that will mean. Anyway, here's a little explanation about that whole comment, I guess, about the Sunday movie drama thing. It's up until that, blah, 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 blah. So there you go. Get a laugh. there you go. That was 255. We made it just about an hour. Let's just stop here and we will continue. Remember, there's still 2 full books left. Kateru. 256. Next time.